Hi all, welcome to Law Chat 101 with your legal BFF, Girja Patel. I am so excited to be here with you today. I am going to talk to you about 7 tips on how to prepare for a conference if you're an attendee and what to do afterwards, because I know conferences can be overwhelming. The introvert in me literally shines during conferences if I don't know anybody, and I can tell you that is a testament to the truth, because just recently I went to the Creative at Heart round 10 this past summer. Wonderful experience. And mind you, I know Kat. I knew about 3 other people going into this conference. And when I got there, the first event, I literally was just buckling up and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm just going to go pick up my welcome stuff and literally beeline it out of here. Fortunately, somebody got a hold of me who knew me, and I was just like, let out a breath of air, and I was like, okay, I can do this. But I think a lot of us feel that way. Very few of us, or some of us, might be just all gung-ho about it, and they walk in and they're the extroverted extrovert. There's literally someone who called themselves that, and I was just like, wow, that's awesome, but that's not me. And so sometimes what's really helpful is to kind of get your mindset prepared for something that you know might be overwhelming or might be exhausting, because while you're at a conference, you also should be able to pause and step away when you need to. Doesn't matter how much of an extrovert or an introvert you are. And so here are my 7 tips. Of course, there's so many more tips, and if you're hearing this today, or if you're sharing it with a friend and you know more tips, or you have some amazing advice to give, please drop a comment and let us know what you're thinking, and share this with other people who can benefit from this, because at the end of the day, we can all benefit from these tips, right? Absolutely. So please do that. And then of course, I always have some fun freebies in my comments, so get into the comments and download your freebies that are sitting over there for you. Okay, let's start this. So how to prepare for a conference if you're an attendee, and what to do afterwards. So recently, like I said earlier, I went to this conference, Creative at Heart round 10. It was fantastic, but it was also a lot of people I did not know. And so prior to getting to this conference, I was kind of mentally getting myself ready, because I knew that I'm going to go to network. I'm going to go to meet people. You need to just kind of know the goals of why you are going. And essentially the goals are to expand your group of people, to expand your network, to know more people, to get in touch with people that you want to meet. So if you know certain people are coming, have a game plan of how you are going to actually reach out to them, how you're going to talk to them. Are you going to some of their sessions if they're speakers? Are you going to go through the crowd and go say hi to them? Muster that strength to go say hi to them. What is it that can connect you to them? Or what is it something that you have read about or seen about them, or even if it's a podcast or something, where you can show connectivity, where you can show that if you admire them from far away, or if they're like a mentor to you from far away, or somebody that just really inspires you, talk about that. Because those are things, not only you are showing connectivity to that person, but you're also showing that you're interested, and you're also showing genuine interest, right? It's not just oh, hey, I downloaded your podcast, but then you have nothing to talk about. So even if that means, you've listened to maybe 2 of their podcast episodes, talk about that. Because at the end of the day, the genuine interest and connectivity will take you so far. And so number 1, do some research on your conference. The conference that you're going to, what kind of a conference is it? And what are the goals that you are trying to achieve in this conference? Are you trying to, like I said earlier, are you trying to increase your network? Are you trying to create contacts with someone who could be a mentor to you, someone that you want to have association with? What is that? Do your research. Research those individuals as well. Find out more about them, and then figure out how can I connect with them in a way that is genuine, in a way that seems like a genuine interest, and not just something where it's purely for your personal gain. Because I tell you, people can smell that from a mile away. So start doing your research on that. and really start creating what are my goals for this conference that I'm going to. My end result, what is that? So with Creator at Heart, for me, that was really creating a network, meeting more individuals in the creative industry and learning, because that's what conferences do too. They educate, and I was wanting to learn in certain areas where I could apply to my business as well. And so I went in there knowing that that is the goals that I wanted. So, the goals rarely are, hey, let's do conversion. And a lot of people do amazing conversion from conferences too. Not to say you can't do that. And if that's a goal, that's wonderful. That should be a goal for you. But that conversion doesn't happen just by itself. That conversion happens either if you are adding value, if you're a speaker, or if you're adding value as an attendee because you're speaking up, or if you are connecting with people with genuine interest, right? So, number one, do your research. Figure out how you can connect with people with genuine interests, right? And then now number two, get your elevator pitch ready. Oh my gosh, if you don't have this ready yet, do it right now. I mean, just yesterday doing this meditation with a group of individuals in Houston. And well, I've been a part of this group, so random, but I haven't really engaged in it until yesterday. And I had to give an introduction to myself and I became blank. I didn't even know what to say. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I have an elevator pitch, but that wasn't the right audience for that pitch. But so my point is that I didn't prepare an elevator pitch for that audience, right? So you can have multiple elevator pitches depending on the audience that is going to be hearing it. So have that prepared. So what's an elevator pitch? Some people are like, what does that even mean? It just means basically like they say elevator pitch because say you're in the elevator with the most ideal person that you would either want to have as a client or as somebody that you want to collaborate or connect with or associate with. What would you say to them that would be immediate hook, line, and sinker, right? And so one of the things that you are talking about in an elevator pitch is who you are, what's your name, where do you live, what do you do? So who you are, what you do, and what you do is here's a problem and here's how I solve it. And then who you serve. Basically your audience, your community, your ideal client. So you're talking about who you are, what you do, the problem that there is and how you're solving this problem, and then who you are serving in your business. And of course, the name of your business goes along with the who you are, right? And so when you have that, or something like, even if it's something that you're looking for, the want, the ask, you can put that in the pitch also, depending on the audience again, right? But have it ready to go. Memorize it, practice it, bounce it off other friends or industry peers to see if it works or if you need to tweak it. It's kind of like if you think about social media also, and the description underneath even Instagram, right? You want to have pretty precise descriptors, and you also want to have a pretty precise on the want and the ask and on how you're serving your audience and what solutions you're providing your audience, right? So it's kind of like that, but it's old school, right? Because you're actually talking, you're not typing it in and where people can see it. So have an elevator pitch ready, practice it, bounce it off other people, get those ideas out there. Number three, business cards or e-cards, something where it's ready to go, where you can share information with one another. Now, whether that is a link to your website, whether that's a landing page, or whether that's an actual business card or an actual e-card, definitely have it and then, share it with people, put it out there so that way people can remember you and connect with you. Now, one trick that I learned back in business school was that, that was back when we had business cards and that was readily used all the time, is that the minute you meet somebody and after you've just stepped away from that conversation with them, take your pen and write in the back how you met them, where you met them, why they were interesting, the conversation that you had with them, and what you want to do with that type of contact. What is some ideas that popped into your head while you were talking to them and how you can connect with them further. And so what happens is that later on, you can actually go back, you can review it, you can put it on a Trello board, or you can put it in a Google Sheet or something that you can collect all this information, and that way you can reach out to them and talk to them and refer back to them. And you're referring back with genuine interest and a genuine connection, right? And not just hey, it was great meeting you, but really picking and pulling something out from that meeting that really was pronounced to you and to them. So whether that was connecting on a baseball team or like about a baseball team, or talking about the Olympics, or talking about your children, or talking about anything, right? It could even be business related, but something that really identifies that conversation. Again, that is personalization, and that is showing genuine interest. So absolutely, write your notes, put them together, even if it takes like 5 seconds, but those 5 seconds are so worth it later on when you are like, oh my gosh, what did we talk about? Because you're not going to remember. You just met so many people. So have those notes written out so that you can refer back to it and show genuine interest and connection with the people that you are networking with. And number 4, your social media and website. If you don't have one yet and you are going out trying to pitch your business, I would highly suggest getting one, because now everything is done digitally, right? Whether you have a standalone business also, websites are important. Website is the gateway to your business. Now, it is the home that is living on your World Wide Web of your business. So have something where people can actually connect with you immediately if they want to. And so have those links on your website to, do a booking with you, or to send you a direct email or a DM or something, and then have, on your website, your social media handles and, tags and all that stuff, and vice versa on social media, have everything accessible too, and have a landing page, or have like a Linktree type situation on your social media with Instagram, or, whatever you're using, but have that ready to go. Number 5 is your mindset that you're going into this conference with. Like we were talking about earlier, what are your goals, right? But when you're going into it, if you go into something just to take, how are people going to remember you? So the idea is, what are you doing to make people remember you? And a lot of times that means you're adding value. Now, whether you are an educator adding value, or whether you're an attendee adding value, or whether you are a host adding value, but that value needs to be given for people to remember you. Now, as an attendee, that value can be, I am talking, I am sharing, I am speaking up. And I know it's hard for some of you. I totally get it. But what are some other ways that you can add value? If you can't add it by speaking up because it's scary, I get it. How are some other innovative ways that you can add value then? And, that could be just something where you are one-on-one adding value and not in a big group. And that value could just be, oh yeah, I was listening to that, and giving your 2 cents about it, giving your perception about it. It doesn't have to be where you're giving free opt-ins or where you're giving tons of education, because that just might not be the right place and the right time for it. But see what the right place and the right time is. Have opt-ins ready if you need to. Have your opinions ready if you need to as well. And show that grace, show that love, and show the abundance of giving when you're at a networking event, because people truly remember that. And they might remember you more than an educator even, because the educator may not have given value that was genuine and or sparked that authenticity where people can feel that energy. So go in there with not just a mindset of taking, but also a mindset of giving, and giving abundantly. And number 6, I love this one because it was something that I saw so many people do. And one of my friends that was there, one of my mastermind friends that was there as well, she was wearing the most fun earrings, and everybody just stopped her and said, hey, those are the coolest earrings. And it just sparked conversation. It was the icebreaker between people who didn't know each other. And so whether you're wearing an article of clothing or an accessory, or you're sharing some really quirky things about you, those are great icebreakers. Those are wonderful ways to start conversations when it's tough to start a conversation. So if you have some fun earrings, or if you want to wear some lipstick that is just like bold and beautiful, or if you want to wear a sparkly headband like this, just anything, or an awesome dress, or just something that speaks you, speaks your style, speaks about your brand, and you want that, then you can most definitely bring that out, and it's an easy icebreaker. And I saw my friend do it, and I saw someone else do it, and I was like, this is fantastic. And they may not even have been meaning to do it, but now I've learned a lesson. I'm like, this is fantastic. I'm actually going to be wearing something or doing something that kind of is an icebreaker to help other people who might be introverts or who might be scared to talk to me to come and talk to me, to show them that I am open to conversation. I'm open to talk to you. And I might be scared too, but I'm here to talk to you as well, because that's what, you know that everybody else is going there for the same reason. Not many people know each other. And so when people are going into these conferences, they're going to go so that they can meet others, they can expand their network, and they can also expand their, knowledge base as well. Now, my last one, number 7, is follow-up. Have follow-up. We know those cards that we were supposed to write, those things that we were supposed to do with the, networking and when we meet people and how we remember them. Follow up. Send an email, send a text message, send a DM, send a video message. I got great advice from one of the educators there that send video messages. Why are we sending text messages? We are losing the touch of connectivity. We're losing the face-to-face connectivity because of text messages. So send a video DM, send a video text. That way you are showing your face again. You are connecting on a level that's higher than just writing and text writing, not writing. And you're able to invoke emotion because of your voice and the way you're speaking and just kind of getting those expressions out there as well. So having that, follow-up is so important. And following up within the week or 2 weeks of the event is actually a great thing to do so people can remember it. And then keep on following up, keep on connecting with those new friends that you've made, because you just never know when and how collaborations are made and when and how you can leverage each other's skill set and also lean into each other, right? So these are some of my tips. Number 1, research and prepare yourself and get your goals ready for that conference. Number 2, get your elevator pitch ready. Number 3, your biz cards, your e-cards, get that contact information ready to go. Social media, website ready. Number 4. Number 5, go to give value and to make connections. Don't just go to take, but go to give abundantly. Number 6, do something that is so particular to you, that you stand out and you shine, helps other people come up and talk to you. They're icebreakers. It's just fantastic. And number 7, follow up. Don't forget to follow up. It's super important to follow up. Doing it with a video or setting up calls with each other, anything, but follow up. I hope these are super helpful to you. And, remember that every Thursday there is a new podcast that, drops every single Thursday with amazing entrepreneurs and industry leaders that you can listen to. It's mentorship through storytelling. So don't miss out on that, and subscribe so that you don't miss out. I'll see you then. Bye.